In this video I'm going to show you 5 shots that are really easy to do and impress anyone you see. If that's anyone in casual you play against or in competitive or even your friends in private matches, these are very easy shots to do and will impress them a lot. Before I get in the video, liking and subbing to the channel will help massively. If we can get 40 likes it will help me out massively, help the algorithm and just be really appreciated. And I'll get into the video now as soon as possible. One last thing, all of the mechanics I show in this video, I'll be explaining them, but I've got tutorials in the description for all of them. These are all my tutorials I've made and I think they're really good and will help anyone out. So if you want to learn the mechanic I talk about, make sure to go down in the description and click on that tutorial. So for the first shot in this tutorial, it's a turtle spin up. This is where you start in a turtle on your backside and you spin upwards into the air. This looks really hard and confusing when you're just watching it without knowing what to do. But when you can actually do it and you realise it's just holding a few buttons, it actually is really easy to do and looks really impressive. You can do these with the ball going to air dribbles, but that's really difficult. So I recommend just doing it without the ball and just spinning upwards. I found this quite a while ago on someone's page, thought to try it out, and it actually is really clean to do, looks really cool. If you want to do it with air dribbles you can try, but you need to have really good air dribbles and mechanics to do this. So I recommend just doing it without the ball at first, and when you can do it quite well without the ball, you can then try it with air dribbles and other shots. And in duo freestyling with a friend as well, you can do this. One person hits the ball and the other person's in the middle doing this and getting a touch on the ball to redirect it in the net, if you know what I mean. The next one is a 2-wheel drift. This is where you do like a slide on 2 wheels of your car. It's really impressive to do and it's not actually that hard to do, it only takes a bit of practice. I've got a tutorial on my channel that's quite good I think, and I've got all the tips and advice to actually do this. And this one you can do for as long as you want. Lots of people look at it and think it's very impressive and think it's really difficult as well. So just doing this in, you can't really do this in casual or competitive as it is very boost management based, like you have to use a lot of boost for it. So doing it in costume training or doing it in a private match is very useful to impress your friends or anyone. So I recommend learning this and just doing it in unlimited boost as it's a really cool shot to do. You can do it to air dribbles and flicks as well if you want to. But it's just quite, it takes a while to learn, but when you can do it it's pretty easy and you can do it for as long as you want. Like most people who can do it could do it for hours if they wanted to. The world records for it is more just people who've got the patience. So I recommend learning this shot as it's really cool to look at and looks really impressive. I'll get into the next one now. The next shot is a sting pop. This is where you do flip on the ground and you pop yourself upwards. I've got a tutorial on this and it's not actually that difficult. But I recommend you do it from the ceiling going downwards, do a sting pop and come back up and air dribble the ball in. It sounds more complicated than it actually is, but the flip itself is really easy. And if you can ceiling shot and have a decent air dribble, I reckon that mostly everyone could actually do this shot as it's not too hard. Just requires a little bit of mechanics and being able to air dribble. That's all it requires. It's really impressive. You can do this in competitive and in casual, anywhere you want. I've done it in competitive a few times. It's not that good to score a lot of goals, but it is a really impressive shot. Very underdone as a lot of people just do pogos instead. So I recommend learning a sting pop as it's really impressive, and I'll get on to the next one now. The next shot is a pogo. This is what I was just talking about and loads of people do these. These aren't actually that difficult. It looks quite hard, but if you can do them for a while, they're not too hard and most people can do them. I've got a tutorial on this again, in description below. All you have to do is go from the ceiling, put your car in a certain position that anyone can do, then it just pops you upwards, you lean back and then just air dribble the ball in. It sounds quite difficult from just that, but trust me, all you need is the position of your car going downwards and you're just sorted. It's an easy shot to learn. The air dribble is the hardest part about it, and recovering from the pogo, but just doing the pogo itself is quite easy to do, and I've got a tutorial on it that I find is quite easy and taught some people who haven't got the greatest mechanics, so I think you could do it at home quite easily if you learn the position going downwards and all of that stuff. And I'll get on to number 1 now. Before I get into number 1, make sure to like and sub to the channel. We can try and hit 30 likes on this video, and I'll be really appreciated if you go down, sub to the channel, put notifications on and stick around for future videos, as it helps me out massively. Into number 1 now. What's the Kuxir pinch? Guessing pinches is quite hard as it is, but a Kuxir pinch is really easy when you can do it properly and how you know to do it. All you need to do is a 45-degree angle on your car and just flip in the very bottom of the ball as possible. The bottom left hand corner or bottom right hand corner. That's all you have to do and the ball goes flying away. I've got a tutorial on this I made a while ago. I probably will make another one, as this one the audio is very quiet. But when you know what to do, the 45-degree angle, flipping the very bottom corner of the ball, that's all you have to do. It looks really impressive, the amount of speed it gets and just the shot itself, but it's not actually that difficult at all. I used to be able to do it consistently every single time, because when you know how to do it, you can basically do it as much as you want. The hardest part for me is not hitting the crossbar. So it looks impressive even if it hits the ceiling or bounces once or hits the bar. So there's not too much else to say except try and learn these 5 mechanics and they will look really impressive. All the tutorials are in the description below, and I'll see you in future videos and see you.